Why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਚੱਲੀਏ with ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ Ji's kirpa we are moving ahead with Kabir ji ke slok. Now this is a beautiful thing here. Kabir ji is talking about the Sangat. Here, Kabir Sahib is telling us the importance of Sangat and what happens when, people come to the Sangat and they think, that they are not worthy and all that stuff. They come in a very humble spirit and they say that they have not tasted any Amrit Ras, Naam Ras, Har Ras, right? ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਬਟ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਇੰਨੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਚ ਭੇਜ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਫਸਟ ਥਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਨੀਡ ਟੂ ਰਿਅਲਾਈਜ਼ ਦਿਸ whosoever comes in a sangat, that means Maharaj has already started doing the kirpa. Now it's up to us how we take it. So that's what Maharaj is saying. Maharaj is saying in the sangat, even when there is few gurmukh pyare, who has a lot of kirpa from Guru Sahib, who has achieved a state and they are very humble and all. And then even if all the rest of the sangat is not yet there, that's gonna be beautiful impact. Because remember we talked about the vibrations, and here Kabir Sahib is talking about these vibrations from the chandan tree. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਚੰਦਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ in English we call it a sandalwood, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਚੰਦਨ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਵ੍ਰਿਕਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਚੰਦਨ ਦਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੌਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਅਗਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪੌਦਾ ਵੀ ਚੰਦਨ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਫੈਲਾਏਗਾ. Even the small plant of sandalwood that can spread so much good fragrance to all the sangat that everybody will be impacted, that everybody will reach to very high spiritual states. Maharaj is saying Kabir chandan ka birva pala bedyo tak palas. Maharaj is saying that even if there is a small plant, small tree of sandalwood, and even if it is surrounded by a lot of other trees which are not worthy or right, which are not very good trees, but sandalwood is something which is going to spread its fragrance to all the trees. So many times it's seen that these kind of trees which are surrounded, which are surrounding the sandalwood tree, they will have the same fragrance as sandalwood. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਚੰਦਨ ਦੀ ਲੱਕੜੀ ਦੀ ਚੰਦਨ ਦੇ ਲੱਕੜੀ ਦੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਮੈਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਫ੍ਰੈਗਰੈਂਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਵਾਟ ਡਸ ਦੈਟ ਮੀਨ? ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਰਹਿਰਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੋ ਤਰਿਆ, ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਪਰਮ ਪਦ ਪਾਇਆ, ਸੂਖੇ ਕਾਸਟ ਹਰਿਆ. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ, that's why that's a beauty of the sangat. In sangat you will find lot of gurmukh pyares who are like a chandan, like a sandalwood. They are basically putting all their fragrance, their vibration through kirtan, through simran, right? And all the fragrance is there, and people, and when the sangat, when people like me, they will come, they will get all the fragrance, right? So that's a beautiful thing. But when we come to the sangat, the only thing which we need to think about is we need to be humble about it. We need to learn things about it. And from where we are learning? From Gurbani Guru, Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Oye bhi chandan hoye rahe, base jo chandan paas. Maharaj is saying those who live with this chandan, with this sandal tree, they will also become like sandalwood. They will also showing the same fragrance. That is how much the powerful sangat is. Sat sangat is. What is the sat sangat? Where the naam is being jap, right? Where the praises of Vaheguru is being done. Where the vichar of Gurbani is being done. ਸੋ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਜੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹੀ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ, ਬਟ ਸ਼ਰਤ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹਦੀ. ਸ਼ਰਤ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਨਿਮਾਣੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਬੈਠਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. What is the condition? The condition is that we have to sit there humbly and we have to open all our ears and we have to learn and listen. And basically, who is teaching us? Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is teaching us with that thing. And then definitely will be benefited. Will also fill with the fragrance of sandalwood. But Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਈ, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਗਲੇ ਭਗਤ ਵੀ ਸੁਣੇ ਆ, ਹੈ ਨਾ. What are those ਬਗਲੇ ਭਗਤ? Maharaj says, ਕਬੀਰ ਬਾਂਸ ਵਡਾਈ ਬੁੱਢਿਆ ਓ ਮਤ ਡੁੱਬੋ ਕੋਏ. But can they, the people who will come with ego, they will have a pride, some kind of a pride when they will come there. And Maharaj is giving an example here of a bans. What is bans? Bamboo tree. Bamboo tree is long, thin, and top, right? And it is basically has so much ego that, okay, I am the longest. Maharaj is saying there's some sangat will, some people will come in sangat and they will have different agendas, right? Remember, we have talked in the previous talks also. They might come to sell something, right? Some products or something, or doing some business or something. They, other than coming to the sangat, they probably are coming there to do some marketing or something, right? Some Maya related stuff. And then they, or there will be the sangat which will come. They say they know everybody. They know everything, right? They don't need to learn, but they're still there. And they are all actually confusing the other people also, right? So there are different type of people. Maharaj is giving the example of a bamboo tree here. Maharaj says, Chandan ka nikta basa, bans sugandh na hoye. Maharaj is saying this is an exception. This one kind of a tree, even if it is next to a sandalwood tree, still it will not absorb its fragrance. But there is one kind of people who are very egotistical, and they are proud about something what they have. For a bamboo tree, the pride for the bamboo tree is it's very tall and all that stuff, and it's very hard, right? So sometimes when the storm comes, it will break also, right? And the same thing happens with the egotistical people if they are not humble. So when we come to the Sangat, we need to try to be more humble, try to learn more. Otherwise, we'll become like a sandalwood tree. Otherwise, we'll become like a like a bamboo tree, not a sandalwood tree. ठीक है, बगला भगत भी इतना ही करता है ना, सेम थिंग. कबीर दीन गवाया दुनी स्यों, दुनी न चाली साथ, पाए कुहाड़ा मारिया, गाफल अपने हाथ. So Maharaj is saying here, दीन गवाया दुनी स्यों. कहते दुनिया वास्ते मैं अपना दीन गवाता. I have lost my deen. What is the deen? For example, see, there are three things in the spiritual life, especially in a Sikhi spiritual life. There are three things which we have to remember. What are those three things? One thing is, the major is obviously the Gurbani Guru. Number one is Gurbani Guru. We have to learn from Gurbani Guru all the time. Not just reading Gurbani, but we have to learn from Gurbani Guru, understand, do the vichar of Gurbani Guru, and understand what is the message. Number two is our naam. If we will learn from Gurbani Guru, what it will take us to? It will take us to naam. But naam will be only effective if we will have a lifestyle as per Gurbani Guru. Gurbani is practical, right? We need to lead a life mentioned in Gurbani Guru, right? Guru Nanak Sahib ne bhi sanu 3 principles ditte sige. What are those? Kirt karni, naam japna, vand chakna, we know that. But if you will see around, people are doing kirt, honest living, they are doing it. They are sharing their food also. Everywhere there are so langars. Sikhs are famous, right? With so many organizations like Khalsa Aid and all. And, in the Gurdwaras, there's a free food langar. People are famous for sharing also, right? Sikhs are famous for that. But one thing Sikhs are not famous for is naam, meditation, the Simran, which was core. Why I say it was core? Because Gurbani says, Nanak ke kar keval naam, sirf naam hai. You cannot do kirt kamai, honest living, if you don't have a naam. What happens? I have myself experienced few things in my life, right? Where I have seen the places right from Amritsar to Singapore to America, there are gurdwaras where people are standing in the lines for the langar, and the people who are serving, unfortunately, they are rude to them. Why? Because the naam is missing out there. That compassion is missing out there. If we don't have daya, taram, santok, sahnshilta, if we are rude with others, then that's not a seva, because the person who is doing that seva, he thinks that I am serving the food. I am somebody in the committee, Gurdwara committee. I am better than others. They think that's their job, right? That is what is happening, because the major component, naam, is missing. People, because Gurbani has a lot of power. Whenever somebody get connected with Gurbani, they will get lot of worldly things. Riddhiyan, Siddhiyan, lot of things. They will become famous. No doubt about it. But Maharaj says, Riddh Siddh Sab Moh hai, Naam na vase man aaye. All these powers, worldly powers, what will they do? They can definitely make you famous, they can make you rich, but Naam will not come close to you. Where there is Naam, there is no ego left. Where there is Naam, there is no Riddhi Siddhi, because it's a triers of trier. And without Naam, we cannot do honest living. We will be manipulating stuff little bit here and there. So that's why Naam is very important. That's why Maharaj is saying here, Kabir, Deen Guvaya Dunisyo. Just to become famous, just to become rich, we manipulate things in our life, right? Appa apne deen gvata. Morality has been lost because Naam is not there. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੁਰਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੋੜੀ. We don't meditate, we don't empty our mind. Our mind is always filled with worries and anxieties and trishna is desires, all the desire. I want to do this, I want to go there, I want to become this. ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਇੰਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਕੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਫਿਰ. then there is no ਨਾਮ. ਨਾਮ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹੇ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਪਾਟੇ ਖਾਂ ਬਣ ਜਾਣਾ, ਮੈਂ ਆ ਬਣ ਜਾਣਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਬਣ ਜਾਣਾ, ਹਨਾ, ਉਹ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੁੱਖ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ. ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸੇਜ਼ ਵਿਨ ਤੁਧ ਹੋਰ ਜੇ ਮੰਗਣਾ ਸਿਰ ਦੁੱਖਾਂ ਕੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਸੰਤੋਖੀਆ ਉਤਰੇ ਮਨ ਕੀ ਭੁੱਖ. ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਸੁੱਖ ਮਿਲਣਾ. Because if our mind is totally occupied with the things, we will not be happy. There is no way. And there are diseases, heart attack, blood pressure, insomnia, people who have so many thoughts in their head. What happens? They can't sleep in the night. वो सो भी नहीं सकते राती क्योंकि इन्ने ज्यादा विचार चलते. जेड़ा गरीब आदमी है, who is a laborer and all, he doesn't have many desires, he doesn't have many anxieties and worries. He just want one thing, that every day he can get a daily wage and sleep. That's it. And he can feed his kids and all. हत्थी काम करते ने हो राती सब तो आराम दी नींद नाल सोंदे ने. The kings cannot sleep. The presidents, the prime ministers, the chief ministers, the governors, they cannot sleep in the night because they are worried all the time. And when you get naam in your life, then you accept the hukam. You work towards the goodness. You do yourself best, whatever you can do. But you rely totally on Vaheguru, on God, on Allah, on Ram, whatever you want to say. It's one and the same thing. That's why Maharaj is saying ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਖੇਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਝੂਠ ਵੀ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ. We lie also, we cheat also, we steal also. Whenever we will do these things, we'll never be happy. ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਉਹੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਬੀਰ ਦੀਨ ਗਵਾਇਆ ਦੁਨੀ ਸਿਓ. For the world you are doing all these things. To achieve things in this world you are doing this thing. ਦੁਨੀ ਨਾ ਚਾਲੀ ਸਾਥ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਣੀ. We have discussed a lot of times. Saath na challe bin bhajan, bikhya sagli chhar. And everything is a poison. Sirf bhajan hi hai. The praises of Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. That naam kamai is going to go with us. Or our good and bad karmas. And if you are busy while working, Guru, while walking, Guru, then what will happen? These evil things, these bad things, you will not think about anything. Remember, your mind, if your mind is occupied with only a thought of Vaheguru all the time, you will not be thinking any other thing. You will live in your present. And most of the times we are living in our past, or we are living in the future. And we are losing it. We are losing every single breath of our life. So we should do the ardas beinti in front of Vaheguru Sache Pasha. Do a kirpa on me. Mainu ਇਹ ਭਾਵ ਸਾਗਰ ਚੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਲਓ. Take me out of this horrible, scary ocean, from this Agan Sagar. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਅਗਨ ਸਾਗਰ ਤੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਦੇ. Big Sagar ਤੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਦੇ. Big Sagar is the ocean of poison. This is Tragun Maya, Rajogun, Tamogun, Sattogun Maya. Basically, we should do the das. We should come out of these thoughts, these desires, these anxieties, these depression. And the only way to come out of this is Vaheguru. ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਬਾਹਰ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਪਦਾ, when we don't connect with the naam, what will happen? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਏ ਕੁਹਾੜਾ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਗਾਫਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ. And so he's careless. It's like a careless person using a kuhada, right? An axe. ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਾਰ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ, ਹਨਾ? If you are careless, right? You are working in the field and you are using the kai or the kuhada or the axe, right, in the field, and you're using it. And if somebody is calling you, or if you're thinking something else, what will happen? You will hurt yourself. ਹਨਾ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ, we are playing in this world and we have forgotten about Vaheguru. We have forgotten about Naam. And it is as good as cutting your or hurting yourself by an axe. That's how the dangerous is without. That's why Gurmukh Pyare, they always do ardas. Vissar nahi datar, apna naam deho, gun gawa din raat, nanak chahoe. Vissar nahi datar, I should never forget Vaheguru. Apna naam deho, give me your naam, Vaheguru Sache Pasha, give me your naam. विसर नाही दातार अपना नाम देहो गुण गावा दिन रात. I should sing praises of you day and night. Din raat. Gun gawa din raat. Nanak chaho eho. This is my passion. This is what I want to do all the time. When that state comes, when you only and only want to sing the praises of Vaheguru in love, ਮਾਲਕ ਦੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਹੀ ਗਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ then only we will be able to come out of this Bhavsagar, this ocean of fire, this ocean of poison. Then only will we come out of this Maya. Otherwise we'll be stuck here. And what does stuck here means? ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਨਮ ਲੈਣੇ ਪੈਣਗੇ. 84 ਲੱਖ ਜੂਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ ਪਏਗਾ. We have to go back in 8.4 million years and then become a human life again and then start from the scratch to meet Vaheguru. That's why we have to abide with the hukam of Vaheguru. It's 5:30 p.m. I want to basically today try with you guys Dhyan the class, right? We want to try so that we have to put the dhyan, where to put the focus in the meditation, right? When we do Simran, what should our eyes do? What should our, tongue do? What should our ears do? So we have to learn this from Gurbani Guru. We know, Mara says, Gaviye, Suniye, Man Rakhiye Pa. We have to sing from our tongue. We have to listen from our ears. ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. And this is why, what are we doing here? ਸਿਮਰ 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 ਗੁਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੋਇਆ ਮਨ ਜਗਾਈ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ you have to do Simran. You have to remember Vaheguru all the time so that your sleeping mind can wake up. Our mind is sleeping in our thoughts, right? And these thoughts are not real, they are all fake. Just like this life is fake, just like we are looking into a dream. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਉਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ. ਸੋ this whole process is to wake our mind up, to realize that there's nothing there in the dream, in the thoughts. It's just like a dream. It will realize us that we should be in our present, right? Not in the past, not in the future. When in start we do the Simran, what happens? There are flood of thoughts, and it's bound to happen. These flood of thoughts, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, actually ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਆ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਾਡੇ 5 ਚੋਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ. There are 5 thieves inside us, and their job is to look into our mat, look into the storehouse inside, and based on whatever is stored inside us, it will give you the thoughts, the worldly thoughts. And what happens is when we start doing the meditation, when we start doing the Simran, what happens? When we do the Simran, these 5 thieves become more active. They give us more and more of the thoughts. And our job is to cut these thoughts. And how can we do it? By listening to our own voice. These thoughts are nothing but the dukh. ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, because of these thoughts. That's why Maharaj says, Sunaya dukh paap ka nas. When we listen to the Naam, when we listen to the Guru Mantar, then what will happen? Our thoughts will go away. So whenever we start the Simran, there is an area. So we have to keep our mind as close as possible. ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਭੱਜਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਥਾਟ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਫੁਰਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਮਨ ਦੌੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਸੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ. 2 ਮਿੰਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਉਂਦਾ ਮਨ ਦੌੜ ਕੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਬੰਨੇ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ. ਤੇ what we have to do, we have to bring our mind back. So that's why we have to keep our mind very close. So there are conditions when we have to do. We have to sit in a comfortable position. ਬੜੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਰਿਲੈਕਸ ਕਰਕੇ, ਢਿੱਲਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ, ਬੜੇ ਉਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਹਿਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਿੱਲੀਏ ਨਾ, where we don't move. Our body should not move. Our eyes should be closed. And most important thing, whatever we are chanting, we are listening with our ears. Aao ji, let's do the first step. When we say Vah, we listen. When we say Guru, we listen. Pyar de naal. And we keep our eyes very close to us. So better, closest point is in the front of your nose tip. ਉੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਰੱਖਣੀਆਂ, because our mind is behind our eyes. ਤੇ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਬੈਠਾ, ਅੱਖਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ. We have to close our eyes, but we have to keep on looking in the front of our nose. And then from here we say Vah and listen, Guru and listen. Vah Guru. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਆਓ ਜੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਜੀ. ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ, ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ, ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ, ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ, ਵਾਹ